Today's charges allege ties to Antifa. President Donald Trump signed this order last fall that labeled Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. In tonight's Good Question, Jeff Wagner digs into how the protest movement is defined and the challenges of separating free speech from actual threats.
Antifa stands for anti-fascist or anti-fascism. Simply put, it's people who oppose fascism. But is it just a label, an idea, or is it, as the president declared, a terrorist organization? Good question.
The Congressional Research Service looked into America's Antifa movement in 2020. It called it decentralized, consisting of independent, radical, like-minded groups and individuals.
Decentralized means an organization that's not controlled from one place or by one person. Essentially, Antifa has no structure, no official membership, and those who use the label can have different ideologies.
Some people might be socialists, some people might be communists, some people might be anarchists, and they all use this term anti-fascist to describe themselves. However, they're not really connected to an overarching ideology.
Bianca Ho is with ACLED, a research nonprofit focused on political violence and protest.
So there are some small pockets of city-level groups who would consider themselves as an Antifa group.
That's what the U.S. Attorney for Minnesota highlighted while announcing charges.
Related to efforts of two Minneapolis-based Antifa groups that violently opposed the enforcement of federal law in our state.
In his executive order declaring Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, President Trump said the federal government should investigate, disrupt, and dismantle any and all illegal operations conducted by Antifa or any person claiming to act on behalf of Antifa.
Despite his executive order, the FBI has not declared any organization as a domestic terrorist organization.
The Congressional Research Service says doing so may infringe on First Amendment protected free speech. Belonging to an ideological group in and of itself is not a crime in the United States.
This executive order casts a very large net on who they target. However, because this is more of an ideology, it is difficult to define membership.
In addition to the executive order, President Trump issued National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, which directed the Justice Department to prioritize politically motivated violence.
To accomplish that mission, the Deputy Attorney General stood up Joint Task Force Vanguard to enforce a national security strategy to investigate, prosecute, and disrupt those who engage in political violence and intimidation.
That's what created the framework, leading to the charges against the anti-ICE protesters. Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.
Domestic terrorism itself is not a chargeable offense. Prosecutors also cannot charge someone for being part of Antifa. There's a lot more to come from today's charges. We'll stay on top of it and bring you the very latest updates on TV and online.